don't know where the keys to the car is at. Found it. Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're gonna do some EJ2 stuff. So if you guys have watched the videos up until this point, we have a motor for the car. Quickly again, I want to give a shout out to Jesus for donating the motor to the car, and the last several of days we've just been prepping it, getting the motor all assembled with everything that I have in the garage. This right here is the B20z1, and I literally just had everything sitting in the garage to make this swap complete, other than the fuel rail, which I went to the junkyard this morning to go and grab. You can see that right there. But the way you see this engine right now, it's complete and ready to go in to the engine bay. I don't want to get too technical with this video, but I do want to show you guys the main necessities to get a B swap into your 9295 chassis. I honestly believe this swap, this chassis, it's like probably one of the easiest ones to do. Now, the EGs are interchangeables with the DC Integras. There are a lot of things you can interchange from the DC Integra to the EJ chassis. And I'm gonna give you guys a quick little rundown on the key items you need to get this in there. I wanna give a quick shout out to Chad once again. He is a subscriber, and a few months ago, he donated an EG car, not a shell, a car that had a B swap that was in a wreck, and he donated to the channel, and I took the engine and everything I could possibly use off that car to hoard in the garage for days like this. I'm gonna cover the engine first. Now, I'm not gonna get too much into detail. You guys need to know, or at least do your research on what completes an engine. Tranny is your choice, engine is also your choice. I'm keeping this very basic, I'm keeping it very stock. And I asked you guys about keeping the car all motor or boosting it. I think I'm gonna be keeping it all motor because if you guys have seen the compression video, it still has a low compression, and the key to boosting a car is to have consistent, good compression before doing forced induction. Now, because we're not boosting, I did have this 4-to-1 header that was given to me from Victor. Thank you, Victor, for this. He gave it to me a while ago, and it came in handy. All it was cracked on the top, and I tigged that a while ago, so this header should not leak, I hope. But that'll do it for now because I don't have anything else lying around other than this. Now, to get this into the car, you obviously need mounts. Now, the mounts are interchangeable between the DC to EG. This is an automatic to manual transmission mount, so we're not going to be using that. Obviously, we're not going to be using these because they are all just really old. Instead, I actually got swap mounts right here. I bought a while back before you know, having intentions to put a K in this car, but now we're reverting back to B. We're going to make use of these guys right here. You're also going to need the T bracket from the DC Integra, and your choice if you want to run a torque mount. There's one on the AC bracket, and then there's one that goes on the tranny, but in my case, it's broken. Once you get this engine planted in the car with these mounts, you're going to need the DC shift linkage that'll allow you to shift your transmission. And this is the perfect length from the tranny to the shifter hole that's on the tunnel. You're going to need DC axles. This is the passenger, this is the driver, and the driver for the DC, which is the 94 Plus, has the female end on the driver's side. Now, I believe you can use DAs as long as you have the matching half shaft, because there are two types of half shaft. Also from Chad's EG, he has his upgraded 2.5-inch piping that came out of the car, and I kept this because I knew one day I was going to need it for some reason. It has a cat on it. It has a 3-foot Hellcat resonator, and I believe this is like a Chrysler muffler. But this car was ultra quiet when it was in the EG. I hope it's going to be ultra quiet in this car, and it's also V-band. The engine harness that I'm using is the stock D series harness from the single cam, and you can use this on the B series. Depending on some sensors, it may need to be extended. This harness, I had to redo it because it was not a VTEC harness, but somebody converted this harness to a VTEC harness, and it was terrible. honestly. But I had to redo it. I did keep the VTEC wiring and the oil pressure switch and stuff still on this harness, just kind of tucked away for the new owner in case they want to go VTEC swap. The wires are already there. I'm sure you can use a DC harness as well. You can also use the EX or SI harness, which comes VTEC, the EGs that came with the D16Z6 motor, which is already pre-wired for VTEC. You can use that harness as well too. It should just plug right up. I've yapped way too damn much now. It's time to get down with the engine bay here a little bit. It's been sitting, it's super dusty. I'm gonna clean that. I'm also going to convert the fuel line to a -6 because I don't know where the fuel filter setup went, but it's gone.
Sometimes when you're here, I can feel no doubts, 'cause you keep me where the stars are bound. It doesn't really matter, 'cause you're here with me now. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter, 'cause you're here with me now. It doesn't really matter, 'cause I feel so free now.
Alright guys, so I've been tinkering with the motor and all of the attaching components for some time here. I was kind of like just making sure everything was right, and the swap didn't have any bolts, so I had to do a lot of running around the totes of bolts, finding everything that I need to get this bolted into the car, and all the small little knickknacks to you know, just kind of button it up. So since putting the axles on, I've just been doing small things like, you know, putting on the throttle cable. I was trying to make it go this way, but apparently this way works, and I didn't have to swap out to the other throttle cable. So the hood clears, I've tried it already. The fuel line right here was short about like 7 inches, but we got that hooked up now. I made a new one, and then small stuff like grounds, master for the clutch. I just realized it has no fluids, and right here it's going to be ultra hard to bleed it. It's literally resting on the number 4 runner, and yeah, well, I'm probably just gonna open it loose and just let it bleed out. I dinked it up a little bit, but nothing I can't figure out. Right now you can see the suspension is not in because the ground control Takikos aren't mine, and I don't want to put this on the car to sell, so I am still debating about putting stock suspension or the suspension that I scored from the junkyard. A lot of videos ago, I was roaming the junkyard and I found front function forms and Cusco Sustec rears for 88 Type R style lower control arms, and I bought the control arm as well, so I have those to go on this car if I'm deciding to put it on the car, which I'm more than likely going to put on the car. So I'm still figuring it out. I'll do that tomorrow. That has nothing to do with getting the car to fire over, so we'll take care of that later. Got the radiator from Paco a while back. I had this hoarding in the backyard and came in handy, so I got that hooked up. Had to do some digging to find some hose clamps, because when you're doing a B swap in an EJ or in a car that came with a single cam motor, and if you're retaining the stock you know, car's radiator, the inlet outlet, it's a lot smaller than the B series, so you got to use a worm clamp and slowly tighten it down so you don't break the plastic. And then this one, you just use a clamp, then this kind of works out. I had to swap it over with that guy. That one came off the B20, in which the motor in the CRV sits way down, so that hose right there literally goes like this, and it came up. But lucky I had these from Chad's car. I gave my blocks radiator to my cousin, and I'm gonna be rocking the stock one because the stocker the better. The reason why it's so dark, again, is because I was doing all the smaller things, but I spent more time mocking up this intercooler for no freaking reason. You can see it right there, inlet. I'm still on the edge on turboing this thing, but I don't want to do it with that one low compression that I had. It was like 110 or 120 or something like that, but I know I can keep it low boost and, you know, just make whatever makes off the wastegate, maybe like 4 pounds, 5 pounds, just for shiz and giggles. I'm gonna wrap it up early, guys. I didn't realize the car is sitting over there and my light's sitting here, and I can't keep going in between my Harbor Freight light, you know, charging in between. So I'm gonna continue tomorrow, But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. You guys thought I was gonna leave you guys hanging again. No, we'll continue this tomorrow with you guys, and hopefully we can get this thing to fire over. Tomorrow I gotta go get fluids, and I may have to make another run to the junkyard, but enough with the jabbering. We'll continue tomorrow. Are you serious? Are you serious? So as we are waiting for the rain to stop and a little sunshine to come out so I can head to the junkyard. Tiger, why you lagging, bro? I went to the P.O. box yesterday and I got this in the box. And this is from Zach Panda, also known as Socio Panda on Instagram. Give my boy a follow because Chorizo Gang and Torta Gang, boy. Alright, alright. We got some Dirty Lifestyle stickers. Check that out. Oh, we have 3. It says, what's up, Cuzzo Young Static? Just want to say, enjoy your channel, enjoy the vibes around you. Been watching you since the EF Sedan builds, from bodywork to swap, etc. Just keep doing what you're doing, I feel it. Name's Zach. Some know me as Socio Panda on Instagram. By the way, building my own wagon. Check it out. Here's a few stickers. Stay blessed, cuz. Torta Gang, Dirty Lifestyle. We spoke before. I know you wanted to get some work done from me, and we're still working the kinks out. I appreciate you for making some time to send out this mail and some lifestyle stickers. And you guys already know the rain's still kicking pretty hard, but everybody who has sent me mails, any fan mails, any support, any love, especially stickers, it's definitely going to go on my toolbox. So, because this is a big sticker, I'm going to have you right there. Dirty Lifestyle. So me and Tiger, we just got back from the junkyard. We got what we needed, and all it was is just a reservoir bracket. This guy right here. And I also scored a P28 ECU from a manual 9295. It was actually a swap Furio with a D6 and Z6, and they had the matching ECU, so I got that. It's 50% off this weekend, so I am definitely gonna be back over there if it doesn't rain. But then again, if it rains, more chances for me to score because not a lot of people yard in the rain. But what I am going to be doing right now is I'm going to throw the Taquitos back on the car, drop it, push it forward, jack it back up. We got some oil, a filter, coolant, and we're going to try to turn the car on. Got the car moved up, and I decided, you know what, before the shift linkage, before the exhaust, I'm gonna try to turn the car on. So right now I'm just using some STP high mileage because most CRVs are over 200,000. If I go turbo, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that I am, but if I go turbo, I'll swap this oil back out for something better because I got to pull the pan out anyways to you know, put a dash 10 bung on it. Double check here real quick. So I'm not really worried about the oil. I don't even know the condition of this motor, so this won't hurt it at all. So before I make further progress, I want to try to turn the car on. All I'm missing is a battery, which I can use the battery pack for, and I do have an ECU for this as well too. Now, depending on the setup, your ECU is going to vary, and because I'm using a B20, I'm just going to stick with a PR4, which is the same thing as a P75 ECU. I think, which one is it? This one is messed up. C21. That one's gone. So this is the one that I bought from the junkyard. But this one is an OBD1 PR4, which is from a DA 9293 DA, because they came OBD1. And I'm going to be using this for the B20 setup, which should turn it on, and you can drive on this ECU no problem. If you're using a GSR, you can get a matching, you know, P72 ECU or something chipped, but that's going to vary on your engine setup. So I'm going to go ahead and hook this up. So we're just going to prime it. I'm going to check all the fuel, make sure nothing's leaking. I got the ECU hooked up. Still don't know if it works, but see if it turns, or actually turn on the battery box, duh. See if that check engine light comes off. On or off? No? Still?
The brake was on.
The brake was on?
It's not up.
Bullshit. Full juice, bro. My goodness, guys. So we've been fighting a no power to the cluster for a little bit here, and I was watching a video from Scotty Kilmer, and he was like, how to diagnose a no power to you know, the fuse box cluster area. So he told me to check everything here, probing the ignition switch, all that. I did it all, and for some reason it was getting 12 volts all the way through, but it wasn't getting onto the cluster to allow us to know when to kick the car over. So he was like in the video, oh, when you're jumping the car, make sure you put the battery negative on the chassis and not the terminal post itself. So all I did was swap it over from here to here, and we got power at the dashboard. Now I told Pick to flick the key. He did, and I got a giant leak coming from here, realizing that this is now stripped. That sucks. So what I'm gonna have to do right now is I'm gonna have to take off this fuel rail, clean this up, clean this guy up. I'm gonna TIG this fitting directly onto the fuel rail, make it a completely a -6 rail, and we'll try this again. All right, Pick, prime. Just wanna make sure there's no leaks.
We're cherry.
Oh yeah. Wait a minute, why is the pump still rolling? You guys hear it? Pump's still going. Yep. No. What the hell, Pick? Turn off the wiper. Prime it again. We're getting power though, right? Yeah. No leaks. I can feel the fuel pump for sure. Prime it. Oh shit, Lucy's still in the car. What the hell? Hey, blending in with the interior there, girl. What you doing? Okay. She's in for a surprise because this shit is open header right now. Give it like that short burst prime. No crank? Keep it on position. I'm gonna send it for. I'm just gonna fire it. It's not cranking? She was gonzo. Holy moly. Tapping the gas a little bit. Alright guys, so the car is now on. You guys just saw it with us for the first time, and it sounds good. Hopefully it sounds better with the exhaust, but today I am not going to put the exhaust on. I didn't do it earlier with the shift linkage because the floor was wet and I didn't want to drag my hair all over the damn floor to, you know, do all of that. So tomorrow hopefully the weather looks a little bit better, which I doubt. But it is going to be in the next video with the suspension stuff. Actually, let me give you guys a look on that. The suspension stuff is going to be with the exhaust and shift linkage, and hopefully we can get this car on the floor and drive. But the suspension we have right here, I'm unsure of which one I want to use for the rear. These came off an EF, these came off an Integra, and those fronts are EG Plus because they have the bigger bottom fork. I'm unsure on which one I want to use because I actually like the TNs with the pillow tops, but I have no use for it because of the control arm. So find out in the next video what we're going to be using for the car. I am going to wrap this video up. I'm going to butt up a few more little things, maybe the interior a little bit, and then we'll continue it tomorrow. So if you guys are enjoying the progress on the EJ2, give this video a thumbs up right now. And if you guys want to stick around seeing this car on its first drive, hit the subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.